loses, unties, releases, brings to an end, and abolishes what had been tied to man. Put it in more straight way, to bind and or loose is synonymous to forgive sins or to do the opposite. The one whose sin is forgiven is the loosed one. Opposite is the bound one. It becomes well understood when it is situated in the context of our discussion, the foundation of the church and the keys of the kingdom of heaven. Keys symbolize authority, granting people access to the kingdom of heavens. Therefore, the binding and the loosing is directly determining who has access to the kingdom of heavens and who does not. This authority given to the apostles of New Testament days and by application to present day believers in Christ becomes measurable only in the kingdom business, that is, spreading the gospel. Whoever receives the gospel of Christ through the instrumentality of the gospel ministry is loosed from his sinful guilt, and such has access to the kingdom of heaven. Whoever refuses the gospel message, however, remains bound to his sinful guilt, and such is condemned already. So, spreading the gospel message becomes the tool for populating the kingdom of heavens. Understanding this is very important to addressing the last concern, which is the heaven to earth direction. It does not mean that believers in Christ of whatever generation can make arbitrary decisions that God must accept. No, the heavens to earth direction is very clear. The unseen world will always control the physical, not vice versa. Here, the Greek New Testament grammar is key. The perfect passive participle of the domenon and the lelumenon means whatever you bind on earth shall have already been bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall have already been loosed in heaven. The English Bible version reading does not make the understanding easy and clear. I am happy I have the grace to make this video. The authority that you and I have to declare the terms of God's kingdom entry by binding and loosing is derivative. It is tied to the gospel itself, reflecting what God has already declared and programmed in heaven, reflecting the effect of receiving or rejecting the gospel. Believers in Christ only have the authority, the key to the kingdom, through proclamation of Christ. So, when we fail to preach Christ, we fail to use the key, the kingdom population authority. Please feel free to raise your concerns in the comment section. I will respond to every comment that requires a response. Thank you for your time and rapt attention, and see you in the next video.